What if 340 to 50 years old man's continuously doing sex with you as a 50 years old woman? This is one of the most weird experience in my life. I will tell you in the end of this story. So please watch this video till end. After 5 long years of loneliness following my husband's passing, I realized something had to change. My days in the city felt like a never-ending loop of emptiness. Silent mornings, aimless afternoons, and sleepless nights. I missed companionship, laughter, and the feeling of being truly alive. One day, on a whim, I decided to break free from my comfort zone and visit a small village I had never been to before. Before we dive deeper into this life-changing journey, don't forget to share this story with someone who might need inspiration today. And subscribe for more heartfelt tales like this one. The moment I arrived in the village, it felt like stepping into another world. The air was fresh and filled with the scent of earth and flowers. A gentle breeze carried the sound of rustling leaves and distant laughter from children playing in the fields. For the first time in years, I felt a sense of peace. The days were slow but fulfilling. I spent my mornings walking through lush green fields, marveling at how different life was here compared to the bustling city. Afternoons were spent sitting by a quiet stream, lost in thought or reading a book under the shade of an old tree. Then one day, as I wandered through the village market, something, or rather someone, caught my eye. An elderly man with silver hair and a kind smile was working tirelessly in his field nearby. His hands moved with precision as he planted seeds into the soil. There was something calming about his presence. I couldn't resist introducing myself. His name was Ibrahim. He was in his 60s and had lived in the village his entire life. His voice carried the wisdom of someone who had seen both hardship and joy, but chose to focus on the latter. We spoke briefly that day, but even our short conversation left an impression on me. Over the next few days, I often found myself walking past Ibrahim's field just to say hello. He seemed genuinely happy to see me each time, and soon enough, we began spending more time together. One evening, Ibrahim invited me to join him and his 2 lifelong friends, Ravi and John, for tea under a large banyan tree near his home. They were both in their 50s and just as warm-hearted as Ibrahim. The 3 men had known each other since childhood and shared an unbreakable bond. Have you ever met someone who made you feel instantly at ease? If so, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this. That evening turned into one of many we spent together under the starlit sky. The 4 of us would gather after dinner, sitting on woven mats with cups of steaming chai in our hands. We shared stories, some funny, some heartbreaking, but all deeply personal. Ibrahim told me about his late wife and how he had raised their children alone after her passing. Ravi spoke about his love for music and how he still played his flute every morning by the river. John shared tales of his travels as a young man before settling back in the village to care for his aging parents. In return, I opened up about my own journey, the loss of my husband, the loneliness that followed, and my decision to come to this village in search of something I couldn't quite define. Those nights became my sanctuary. It wasn't just about sharing stories, it was about feeling seen and understood. As weeks passed, I realized something profound. I wasn't just healing, I was rediscovering love. Not romantic love, but a deep connection rooted in friendship and mutual respect. These men reminded me that love comes in many forms. It can be found in laughter shared over tea or quiet moments spent watching fireflies dance in the dark. One night stands out vividly in my memory. We were sitting under that same banyan tree when Ravi brought out his flute and began playing a hauntingly beautiful melody. The music seemed to carry all our unspoken emotions into the night sky. In that moment, surrounded by people who cared for me deeply, despite barely knowing me before this trip, I felt whole again. If this moment resonates with you too, take a second to share this story with someone who might need it, and let them know they're not alone. Eventually, my time in the village came to an end. Saying goodbye wasn't easy. I had grown so attached to Ibrahim, Ravi, John, and everything this place represented. Simplicity, connection, and healing. But as I boarded the bus back to the city with tears in my eyes, I also felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. This trip had given me more than I ever expected. It had reminded me that life is still full of beauty if you're willing to look for it. Now back home, I carry those memories with me wherever I go. Ibrahim's wisdom, Ravi's music, John's humour, and most importantly, the realisation that it's never too late to find joy again. If this story touched your heart as much as it did mine while living it, please share it with someone who needs hope today. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories. Here's a part you wait for. It's begin when these three characters, we are be very best friends. But one night at around 10 p.m. I'm go to give them pizza that I ordered, but when I enter their house I'm latterly shocked to see this. The pizza's box dropped from my hands. I watch that they are on bed without clothes and watching prawn videos. When they see that I'm there, they surprised and instead finding out his clothes. But I say, I'm so sorry for disturbing you, don't worry, I just give you pizza. They stopped finding out his clothes and there comes to me and do continue requests for sex. Because I was very hot and sexy, even my was age 50. After listening them too many requests, I agreed. As I say, okay, instantly they take me on their bed and removing my clothes, they are old. But their penis was strong. Like very hard and 8-inch long. They start doing at 10:30 p.m. and when they stopped doing at 5 a.m. When we stopped, my condition was very bad, even I can't can stand. But they are fine, and the condition of bed I can't explain. So that was my brutal experience. Also, thanks for watching this video.